everything. Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
Oh, we're doing that for later. My bad.
I wasn't sure what we were doing.
That's what's called What the Hell Everything.
Yeah.
I thought we were introducing Smiddle Cinemas, but I'm like, no, that's going to be later in the recording process today.
There's just so many fun things, though.
What the Hell Everything.
Yeah. Holiday Stress Edition.
Thursday, December 3rd. I thought it was the 4th going into today up until right around 6:45 when Tim's like, on the air. No, it is the 3rd, not the 4th.
You know, if we can't call someone out on the air, what can we do?
Say what?
If we can't call each other out on the air, what can we do?
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a job where nobody calls me out on my stupidness.
Right. My other jobs that were non-radio related, I made the same jokes. They just were very much more inappropriate at the time.
We had a great off-the-air moment earlier today where, my laptop mirrored onto the TV, and I had the news story of what we're talking about up on the TV. And I said to Tim, I'm glad you can see what's going on because sometimes I miss the next detail. And I'm like, oh, where are we at? And Tim can actually see and knows that when I am going off the rails, and it brings me back in a little bit.
If you're looking at a story and your vision trying to find the keywords goes ding, 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 ding. I see you looking at it going ding, 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 ding. And I focus in on one particular thing and I go, that's what he's trying to say. And then I'll say the word and then you come back around and go, oh, yeah, that's what I meant. And you said off the air, you're like, you know when I'm about to be stupid before anyone else. You get me.
I appreciate that. You know what puzzles me? It puzzles me how the top search to find our podcast is about penises. Let's see. Going to get another request on for AC/DC coming up in a hot second. That's only because Mike the Manistee Waterboy requested it. And I know I just played AC/DC, but I'll throw back-to-back AC/DC, and it's not a big deal. Man, this is the funniest thing in the world. YouTube. We have our What the Hell Everything podcast on there, and I look at the analytics to see who's searching what and statistics, see how long people are watching for,
Find out how you find us, things like that.
Yeah. So you can see what people are searching for most frequently on your podcast when your podcast pops up. And the top two things that people are searching when our podcast pops up first one is penis. Like, it's my own fault for posting clips of things like the blue Belgian penis lights, Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And then number 2 search is bear mascot. Now, I dressed up as a bear before for the mascot for a parade. Classic Rock the Bear mascot, but it's like a gay search thing. It's who's the bear mascot? Dude, that video has the most views on anything I have on YouTube.
We're huge in that community.
Unintentionally, but it's true. What are you gonna do? I don't hate it. Whatever.
When you told me about this yesterday, I laughed all day.
I sent you a screenshot of the searches. Penis.
Here's how people find
bear
us.
mascot.
Penis.
Here you go. Does it make you feel so much better about the work that we do?
It just adds up, really. This just makes sense.
This computer's about to crash.
Yeah.
That one right there. That thing.
I see it.
I'm sure it is. It did not crash, by the way.
It didn't.
And then I was able to restart it just in the nick of time.
I want to call my own mother and say, hey, Mom, just search penis on the internet. You'll find all the work I've been doing.
Dude, it's so funny. Because honestly, it's honestly the most innocent video in the world that I have on there about me being should we play the video?
Which one?
Bear mascot?
Bear mascot? Yeah.
This is on the YouTube page.
Not even 30 seconds long and, just you explaining that you're at a parade.
I know. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I just kind of gave the whole video away.
I was like, there was going to be a rigmarole to us watching it overhead. That's why I was pointing up. And I'm like, I'm not ready to do the rigmarole. So it's basically cut. Here you go.
Hey, what up? It's Smitty. I'm at the Mackinac City Memorial Day weekend parade. I just wanted to say that I'm glad I hydrated today. And I'm glad I paid $10,000 for radio school. Because I guess this is what I amounted to. This is what education gets you, kids.
And now we're back. That's what that video was.
Yeah.
I'd like to. It's reasons like right now, at this moment, that we should not be asked to move anything. We should not be asked to move furniture, anything dangerous, anything heavy.
Yeah.
Okay? We are radio DJs, not movers.
That is true.
But we're getting a new studio. We were basically furniture movers yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about a lot, us being down in the Smith Hole, my basement studio. Waiting on the new studios to get built, man. There was, we kept hearing rumors forever about, like, the new furniture that was getting built, custom built by a woodworker shop in Cummins. We're like, that's awesome. How long is that going to take? Seemed like forever.
They're like 2 weeks.
But custom furniture takes a long time, especially if there's backed up, especially during COVID and you're waiting on certain things, you know? But yesterday, we finally got the custom furniture.
Yeah.
And so we got the email, said, hey, 11 o'clock Tuesday, you guys, the new desk shows up. Who wants to come move it up the stairs in the new building, which, by the way, is like this super narrow staircase that goes up, and then it is a 90-degree angle left.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, we said, oh, sure, we'll do that. Yeah, let's do that.
That scene from the Friends TV show where he's like, pivot! They got the couch going upstairs. Pivot!
Yeah, except in this case, rather than a couch, it was really, really nice. Looked to be really expensive.
Solid wood.
Yeah, radio desk furniture.
Yeah.
To say it was heavy, probably, it's not an understatement. I told Levi about it, and Levi's a professional furniture mover, you know? And he's like, it probably wasn't nearly as bad as you think it was. I'm like, no, it was pretty nuts, man. We had these L-shaped desktop countertops.
Yeah.
That were putting up these stairs. And when I say they were heavy, like trying to navigate up these stairs, the L shape, and then spinning it around and then get it down the hallway. You got to talk about when you hear the term bunch of monkeys screwing a football. Like, that was it. Like, that was it. You had 5 people who had no business carrying this furniture up there. There was a tiny little scratch on the wall. When I say tiny, probably 3 feet long.
We were trying to be dainty in that we didn't want to hurt this beautiful woodwork. And it's a building the company's only been in for a minute. And we're like, don't put any holes in the wall.
Yeah,
like,
it's a really nice new building with a really nice new studio.
Yep.
And to say we did the least amount of damage we really could have done.
I'm impressed. You know,
man, I was pretty stoked about it.
The most damage came to our egos and muscles. That's probably what got hurt the most.
But you know what? I was way less winded than I would have been 3 weeks ago.
That is right.
You know, you're working out now.
Yeah.
You know,
that sucked a lot less than it would have a few years ago. As I get older, I get stronger.
That being said, we got the furniture moved, Norman Mike. All right. We got it moved. It's in the new studio. We're looking at like 2 to 3 weeks now before I'm saying the new year, 2021. We will make our new Bear Studio debuts.
Debuts.
Yeah.
That's how you spell it. It should be good. They're saying maybe before Christmas. We'll see. We'll see.
No, I don't want to be in there.
It's already holly and jolly in here.
It should be the week between Christmas and New Year's we go in the new studio, you know?
Everyone's not paying attention to anything that week.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's week of, whatever, you know.
I say 2021. Let's just make it 2021 new
Clean
Bear Studio debut.
slate.
Yeah. Hey, coming up after 6 o'clock, Rock and Roll High School, and I have zero idea what that's going to be. And I don't remember what it was.
It was good. That's all I know.
It's always good.
Yeah.
Man, we do that Rock and Roll High School segment just after 6 o'clock every Monday through Friday. And it's just kind of, a song you hadn't heard on the radio in a while. It could be a deep cut, a B-side. It could be something new from a classic rock artist or something. And that's fun every day. Just getting educated on rock and roll.
Educated. I realized why you thought this morning on this Thursday to do Ozzy. It's his birthday today. It's Ozzy's birthday. But then we forgot and we did something else. But
this is a problem. I don't really look at celebrity birthdays that often because I typically don't care.
I don't either. But
No. For Ozzy's birthday, yes, I would care. I would like to know. But when I prep the show, it's 3 o'clock in the morning or the day prior, and I don't look at celebrity birthdays just because I don't think about it, and it's the last thing I care about.
Yep.
But then I don't see that it's their birthday till the next day. So I celebrate everybody's birthday a day late,
after,
including my mother's.
Christmas is on the 26th.
So I'm right. 13 days of Smithmas. That's coming too.
The 13. You mean 12?
Well, right, but we're doing a 13th day. We talked about it yesterday, man.
Okay, I'm making sure we're on the same Smitmas page.
What's Smitmas?
What's Smitmas?
Never mind. A lot happened with the monolith this past week. The monoliths, plural, or the same one if you're Tim Logan and can't read.
Aliens.
This is honestly one of the craziest, most fun stories we've got to talk about in a long time. So we're basically talked about it several times. Everybody knows the monolith story, I feel like, by now. So this is basically a retraction that I had to do because I was too excited because Tim couldn't read. Then we're going to get into the new details today.
I'm an idiot. I thought that these things were identical. Smitty thought it might be aliens. I was wrong.
Way too excited. Way too excited. Let's talk that monolith that they found an identical monolith to the one in Utah that appeared in Romania. Now, I don't know if you heard us yesterday or saw the Facebook video that we posted where we talked about this monolith. I got way too excited. I got to retract that excitement, you know? Now, here's what happens sometimes. I am just as guilty of this as you, Tim, but just not reading. Not reading the details at the moment, and it's a great example of being completely misled on what the story is by missing key details.
Because I want it to be something so badly that I say the words even though I'm reading them out loud.
We literally discovered this follow-up as we were closing the show out.
Yes.
Really. We had talked previously yesterday about the Utah monolith disappearing. Again, it's like a 12-foot steel monolith that looks to be like a shiny aluminum or stainless steel. It looks like something aliens would put there in the movies,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it disappeared. We had talked about that. When we closed the show out, followed up by saying another one appeared in Romania. Tim, in all of his reading wisdom, was like, yeah, they say it's the exact same one.
Yeah.
It's got the same like markings and such on it. I'm like, oh my God. So in that moment, based on the information you gave me, I'm like, aliens! Aliens! Oh my God, you guys! Then I read the story, because I said, yeah, send me the link too. And I read the story. I'm like, dude, not one single place in this story mentions anything about it being the exact same thing.
My mind wanted it. It wanted the alien fact of it. And I literally thought I had read it. I thought I had read it. I tricked myself.
Yeah. And then, because I actually thought about and listened back to what I said and how excited I was, I sounded like a complete conspiracy theorist, alien, crazy person. Based on the information you gave me.
Smitty Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all your fault that I sounded stupid.
I didn't think you sounded stupid.
I did. I thought it. I'm like, that guy sounds stupid. You know? Also, in that story, they said that, because the Utah monolith had disappeared, they don't know who took it. It's mysterious. And they said the Bureau of Land Management said that they did not steal it. But they abbreviated it BLM, and Tim goes, yeah, Black Lives Matter said it didn't steal the monolith. And at the time when you said that, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm like, well, that's weird. Why would Black Lives Matter have anything to do with that monolith? It's just like, I read the story, I'm like, Tim, it is not Black Lives Matters because it says BLM. It's Bureau of Land Management. Reading is key.
2020, man.
The reading rainbow.
As I keep reading stuff, eventually I'm going to find out that Sasquatch was there or something.
My God. For the record, I am just as guilty, if not more guilty than Tim, at not reading key details of a story. I am notorious for prepping an entire break or show on stories that I don't even really know what they mean. I just look at a headline, I'm like, oh, funny.
My mind is blown that I'm over here like land management. Like, Bureau of Land Management. Stupid. I just saw, what's that called? A synonym? Acronym? Letters that mean words.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm an idiot.
Know. It has to be better than this. This bit is titled Peace Out, Bitch. Now, here's the thing. It's a great example of just sometimes, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this, because when you're doing a show, A lot of times you're trying to be fun and engaging and entertaining and not saying the same thing all the time. So we get to the end, and I said, "Peace out, bitch," about one Doc of Rock, Doug Podell, and it had nothing to do with that because I have nothing but love and respect for Doc of Rock, Doug Podell.
He's no bitch.
Who was here at Black Diamond Broadcasting, helping us out for a while. And I think that guy is the nicest guy in the world. And I can't believe I said in that context. Because it's like, where did it come from?
I always have sympathy when you see like the greatest news bloopers or you hear people saying things and you're like, why would they say that on the air?
Yeah.
It's like,
we wonder too.
I know why they did, because you got a plan in your mind and sometimes the words just come out another way and it doesn't even mean what you're saying.
Peace out, bitch. Asking the question this hour, what was the first video you ever watched on MTV? Because my first was Michael Jackson's Thriller, and that has its 37th year anniversary of the debut on MTV today. A few on the text line. Let's see. Matt Sheboygan says mid-90s, we didn't have cable. I can relate, man. He says he was visiting his grandparents' house and saw Madonna's Video for Like a Virgin. It's a weird video to watch at your grandparents' house, you know?
Everyone was asleep.
Who is this Madonna character, says your grandmother. Big Bad Brad in Lake City. Same one. Buggles killed the video killed the radio star. A lot of people got that one. Eric said, Eric didn't chime in on that. That was a previous one. Safety dance. We talked off the air. I was pretty happy that I kind of guessed it. I said men in hats, but it's men without hats.
Men without hats.
Yeah.
And I would have screwed that up too.
Mike in Toppenby says he doesn't remember the video, but it was on Doug Podell's late night show. Shout out to Doug Podell. Used to work here and really helped us out on the show a bit.
Our former boss.
Isn't that weird to say out loud? Doug Podell. And speaking of, man, you know what's weird? I don't want to necessarily drive people to another radio station, but on our sister station, Rock 105 and 95.5, on the middays now is Ann Carlini, formerly legend. Formerly on the Riff in Detroit for 30 years. Legendary, around the country known. Ann Carlini is in ours. Like, when we go back to the studio, I'm sorry to, like, be overly excited about this, but, dude, we're sharing studios with Ann Carlini. I get to talk to Ann Carlini every single day, and I don't really know how I'm going to do, because I'm just going to be like, Ann Carlini.
It's going to be like Chris Farley when he did that mock interview show on SNL. And it'll be like, you remember that time you saw Motley Crue?
That's right.
That was pretty cool, huh?
That's right. That being said, shout out to Doug Podell. Peace out, bitch. Everybody's going to be so confused.
They're like, does he think Doug Podell's a bitch?
No. It was just, I was trying to fucking think of a way out of that break.
Yeah. And then it was like, peace. It was one of those, it just happened. I didn't mean it.
Just say things. Peace out, bitch. Why would I do that?
I don't know. Kick it in the shins, brother. Getting hilarious.
Peace out, bitch. What fucking dipshit am I?
The second you said it, I was
Peace
like,
out, bitch.
Peace out, bitch. Like, yep.
We're gonna close our show out.
Peace out, bitch.
Peace out, bitch. I'm a dick face.
I'm not Batman.
What a fucking asshole I am.
Peace out, bitch.
Just a fucking dipshit, man. Woo!
P.O.B.
P.O.B. Dude,
Wow.
honestly, it's like I wonder sometimes how stable my brain is, because it's like that shouldn't be the thing that come out of your mouth. That shouldn't be the words you think of. You know?
It's just such a calamity of nonsense all the time. Like I said, there's times where we just, after we get done off, the break on the air is over, we're off the air, but we're still talking the same things that occurred on the air.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my, how do we, it's a good thing we separate the two.
Yeah.
Because it's just stupid.
That was one off the air moment from the other day. I think this was yesterday or the day before. Really, You want to talk about distracting me, really, but it was not a disaster, but it was Tim, the traffic director. Huh?
Well, no. But 2021, more prizes. Who knows what's up next?
I know what's up next, sort of, kind of. Bear headlines. What the fuck are you doing? Directing fucking traffic?
I'm cold.
You're totally freaking me out.
I'm sorry.
Like, what the fuck is going on around here?
Are you directing traffic?
Man.
So don't do this. That's probably
Why do you
not preferable.
Why do you? I don't understand why you do that.
Because you know how you take a pencil and you go like, if you shake it, it looks like it's going.
Yeah.
From my perspective, my arms are doing that. I didn't say I was smart. So it's just a thing that happened. But I'm not directing traffic. That is for sure.
Let's do a couple. I've had a couple different talks about my non-smoking, my recurring or rejuvenated taste and smell.
Yeah, the rebooted Smitty.
Yeah, fat guy stuff too.
Yeah.
If you listen to the show long enough, you know that I'm big into cooking. You know I live with my brother Levi, who is basically an amateur chef. Everything he makes is out of this world. You also know that I am about 2.5 weeks without a cigarette, so my taste buds are coming back. I call them my non-smoking newfangled taste buds, you know?
Newfangled buds.
And everything I'm eating is just like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. I can't even believe it.
It's food, but in high definition, suddenly.
That's a great way to put it.
Like now you can taste it clearly.
So my new favorite thing that Levi made, he made a pumpkin bread yesterday or the day before. And it's basically a standard pumpkin bread, but he added this like milk rum glaze to it. And I'm not lying when I say that when I tasted that, I don't know if it was the newfangled non-smoking taste buds or if it was just that good, because I was like, oh my God, this is the best doggone thing I've ever had in my life. So I honestly, I've done the last couple times I've had that pumpkin bread, including just now.
Yeah.
I've scraped glaze from the plate that had melted and spread it back on. That's how much I love it.
It's good.
Now you have never had pumpkin bread before either.
No.
How did you get by in life? We have so much to talk about.
We have so many breads. Banana bread, any old other style bread.
Have you had zucchini bread?
Yeah, I've had zucchini bread. Pumpkin bread, I don't know why. It just never came up.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's everywhere in Michigan.
Yeah.
Every person in Michigan has made pumpkin bread their whole life.
I have never been adventurous with food. If it's always been somebody had it and they go, do you want some of this? And I go, yeah, sure. I've never seeked out any food ever. Like I've never really went after anything. It just sort of.
So your first pumpkin bread with that rum glaze, how was that?
That was awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow. My taste buds are brand new. Tim's getting pumpkin bread for the first time. 2021 is going to be great.
So much bread.
There will be so much bread in the Smith hole.
I know.
I'm not even joking, dude. I'm going to be baking so much bread.
Making a Smith loaf?
Yep. Talked a couple times in the last almost 3 weeks now about, my quitting smoking. I am 3 weeks tomorrow.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, one thing that has come, one benefit that has happened as a result of not smoking is coming back. I call them my newfangled non-smoking taste buds.
Yeah.
Now, a part of that taste bud thing is also the sense of smell. Your sense of smell comes back. I had that experience yesterday. I came upstairs. This is just a fat guy food story, really. I was sitting in the living room. I'd come upstairs. I saw that Levi was making something. I talk about Levi's culinary skills all the time. And I saw he was making something with peanuts. And I'm like, oh, I thought he was making like a smoothie or some healthy stuff because he's really trying to get healthy,
Yeah.
And I'm sitting out in the living room. I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing. Then I'm like, what is that? Is that something sweet? He's making something sweet. Are you making something sweet out there? He's like, yeah, I'm making peanut brittle. What? Peanut brittle? What are you doing making peanut brittle? I was like, dude, are you serious? He's like, yeah, it's so easy to make. Well, that's a bad idea. I was eating so much peanut brittle last night. Because you know how when you eat a lot of peanut brittle, it just coats your teeth, and you feel like your teeth are going to get yanked out and they're going to fall apart. I was just like, just peanut brittle. The worst possible thing that could have happened, because I discovered my peanut brittle love a couple of years ago. That's a marijuana side effect, I'm sure.
I remember that story.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just mountains of peanut brittle upstairs. God dang it, man.
You got to be careful with that peanut brittle, man. That's how you lose a crown.
It's my new non-fangled smeller right there. You smell the sweet stuff.
Just knew. Now you could smell an Oreo a mile away.
Oh, my God. It's so deadly.
So deadly. Yeah, you said it's your non-fangled smeller. And
newfangled smeller.
Yeah.
There's peanut brittle.
You're literally eating peanut brittle right now. As soon as the clip came up, you had some in the room, in the Smith hole, and you were like, you on the video clip said peanut brittle, and you went,
yeah,
like instantly.
It's the easiest, stupidest form of like, what kind of advertising is that? It's like
self-promotion.
It's like front of mind,
subliminal,
it's like front of mind or subliminal back of mind, whatever that Christ it is.
Like someone on the video is going, peanut brittle. You went, yeah, peanut brittle.
Oh my God, it's so good. Check it out. We'll have probably one podcast next week. Maybe the next week we'll have one. Just got to get all of our Smith Hole cinemas for 12 Days of Smithmas produced, and that starts Monday. I think it's the 5th.
The Monday is the 7th.
Monday the 7th.
It will be the beginning then.
Monday the 7th through the 22nd, which is a Tuesday, 12 Days of Smithmas. We'll have a bunch of fun stuff, Christmas related, the whole 12 days, including Festivus, including the Smith Hole Cinemas once a day. We're going to do Christmassy movies, TV specials kind of things
so
once a day.
Many recreations. It's quite the undertaking. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I think you're going to pull it off.
Oh, I think you... No,
I'm helping. But
no.
I think you're gonna help us get it all together.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
Peanut brittle.
Another podcast next week. What the hell, everything?
What the hell, everything?